All right. Hey, what's up, team? Happy Thursday. Tiana, why don't you start it?
Okay, so this meeting, I don't know it's going to be very long, but I just wanted to kind of touch base on the Go bonuses, since some of us know more information than others, and some maybe not so much. But for everybody who is joining from now until the end of May, qualifies for the Go bonuses, and anybody who's joined previous to 2017 is eligible for these bonuses as well. So what it is that we have the normal Go bonus, and then we have the Go Fast bonus, which is the accelerated, bonus. But let's just say we have a new distributor who is starting, today or tomorrow or whatever. If they can go diamond in their first 3 months, they get a $10,000 bonus, which is awesome. But if they don't happen to make it within those first 3 months, they have 6 months to reach diamond, which is the average time they say it takes to hit that rank, and they can still earn a $5,000 bonus. And so if anybody already joined should have the Wired app downloaded on their mobile device. And I don't think I can show you from my phone. Doesn't really work very well, but it has a small tab for the Go bonus. And so you can go in there and check your progression and see when you need to achieve a certain rank by. And so if you don't necessarily hit it within the time frame allowed as far as the Go Fast bonus, you can still earn a regular Go bonus. It'll just be half the amount of the Go Fast bonus. So if we've got people on who haven't reached the diamond bonus by the end of March 31st, we can still hit that rank by June 30th and get a $5,000 bonus. And so you can do that, and the bonuses stack on top of each other. So it's not like you can't get a Go Fast bonus, let's say for triple diamond. If you happen to hit that by the end of June, you can stack up on the bonuses there. And as I was looking, I just looked, right before our Zoom tonight, and the Gold lane, which is the regular, I don't want to say the lesser amount because a bonus is a bonus and it's awesome either way, right? But we have until August 31st of 2018 to hit Ambassador Diamond to qualify for this bonus, and that's $75,000. And I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm going to try every single day to work my business as hard as I can, as best as I can, and reach those ranks. But if it doesn't happen within that time frame, just keep on going, keep on moving. You will get there eventually. And like we tell people, if it takes you 8 years to promote to the top of the company, to get either, that, what is it, $585,000 a year? Wouldn't you want to do that? Because we know our regular JOB is not going to pay us that kind of money just coming into work every day. So, don't beat yourself up over it. Don't, feel down about not hitting, those promotions within that time frame, because you still are eligible to get the bonuses. So I just really wanted to touch base on that, because I know coming in, it can be a little confusing for anybody who's been on board for a little while, still might not understand it. Definitely your enroller can talk to you more about that if you have questions, but it's pretty simple and laid out for you in the eSuite library. We've got the document library. They've got an explanation of the bonuses also, but the Wired app is probably your best tool to understand where you are, where you fall for the bonuses. So anybody have any questions about that?
Well, I was just going to say, I was just, I didn't really, how can you know, where you're going or what bonus that you're going for if you, don't know kind of the specifics. So I thought that, you guys, I thought that we, somehow I must have heard it wrong, that we had until, so if we didn't get the $10,000 bonus, that we have until April 31st to still go diamond to get the $5,000 bonus. However, when I looked at the details, you go into your eSuite document library, and then on the left-hand column, you go into the promotions folder, and you'll see the Go Fast bonus official rules. And so anyway, that I learned just from reading this, fine small print. Sometimes you guys, like, it's not fun to, go and read those details, but how are you supposed to know? Like, you got to know this stuff for what bonus you're going for. So it's like, holy crap. Like, if I go, for example, like my husband and I, so I go double diamond and Devin goes diamond, that puts me at collecting a $20,000 bonus, 5 plus 15, and my husband a $5,000 bonus, all by, hitting, diamond by, at the very latest June 31st, and then collecting a double diamond bonus, even after that. So I was just like, holy crap. Like, I was just super convicted that it's like, I didn't know. And you have to know, like, it's so important, you guys, like, instead of like, I could have, asked Tiana, whatever, but it's like, gosh, like, I just went in my e-suite and read the fine print and, looked at it myself. Like, we have to be able to, we're entrepreneurs, like, start speaking that, like, and, that you're an expert, like, your success, like, you are worthy, like, you can, problem solve, you can, research these kinds of things. And so, like, and that's what I did. And it's like, holy cow, like, gave me a whole new fire, once, I understood about the details. And also, like, just kind of piggybacking off of that, Tiana, like, printing out your charts. Like, how do you know what chart you're going for? Just heard this on a Zoom just, recently that I listened, or YouTube video that was a Zoom recently. And it's like, okay, I want to challenge you guys. How many boxes, how many distributors boxes are in the diamond chart? I'm not going to tell you that. I want you to go and find the diamond chart, and I want you to count how many distributors that there is on that chart. And that's what you're working for. Are you going to be filling every single one of those boxes? Probably not, because that's the beauty of working together, right? Like, that's one team, one mission. Don't let it scare you, but it's like, don't expect also your team to work for you. You can't, let your team, wait. You can't wait for your team to work. Like, okay, if you're going to be the one that's filling all of those boxes on the diamond chart, I guess that's what happens, because sometimes people come and go, and they quit on their dreams. So that brings me to, another point. Sorry, I'm like, I am ready for the Zoom. Like, I am so ready for the Zoom. Like, I got so, like, fired up on things that I've been listening to, and that Show Me the Money call. Like, I am ready. So anyway, I'm just going to just lay it in here tonight. Just be preaching, okay?
Oh, no, you go for it, Chaz. I know you're pumped up, so let's hear it.
I am. Oh, man. All right. So that brings me, see, I just lost my train of thought here. So hold on. Wait a minute. I have some notes here. So your chart, and also, like, so, Jocelyn Yates, she just recently did a live video and kind of our special Because You Can and You Will group. And if you're listening to this Zoom and you are not a part of that group, message one of us, okay? So message one of us and we can get you this file, because here's what Jocelyn does. So this is the steps to success. So this is Jocelyn Yates. Look her up, follow her, you guys, on Facebook. She's 23. I think her husband's 25, or maybe 22, 24, something like that. Anyway, so she writes down her loyal customers that she enrolls for the month and her distributors that she enrolls for the month. And so this is just her way of tracking for her to know, like, okay, what enroller do I need to, listen, or what enroller from last month do I need to follow up this month? So it's just her way of tracking, and I think it's genius. And she's just kept every single sheet since she's enrolled, and for loyal customers, just a good way of tracking. I listen to another way of how to track you know, following up with people. You guys, I will tell you, that is the biggest mistake that I did. I've been in this business for a year and going on 3 months, and I did not follow up. It was more exciting, you know, in the beginning to kind of get the sale, and I didn't really do my best to be personable and to be genuine at people's health journey. Okay. And so there is, one loyal customer in so far that's, you know, that's been with me from April of last year, who hit her $150, got her $150, perks points bonus. And anyway, I've just been horrible at following up. And so like, we have to take care of our loyal customers. Like that is one mistake, one regret that I ever regret. And so you guys, like, okay, this week, you know, our team was hitting it in with getting loyal customers, with getting, you know, whether it's current or, you know, new orders. Like, we have to take care of them. Find your system, whatever that looks like. And if you need help, reach out to one of us. Like, hey, I don't know, I don't have a system. What do you got going on? Or what do you know about, you know? Get a system, because like, it is truly because of, you know, our loyal customers is what keeps us going, what keeps us alive. And like, anyway, yes. So that is awesome. I tell my team that it's like, follow up. I've got, let me just show you guys. I've got, what I did. I created these thank you cards on, so this is a blank spot that I just write my thank you, and I fold up a lovely little catalog and I shove it in an envelope, and that's my thank you to my loyal customers. Is that what you have to do? No, honestly, you can probably, you know, make it maybe less cheaper and just type out a letter. I mean, who can't just type out a letter, thank you, maybe throw your picture on there. I don't know, but, or, you know, go and get little in the dollar section thank you cards and throw it in the mail, you know. It does not have to be this, you know, fancy thing, but bottom line is that you are being personable. You are, you know, following up with them and, you know, sending them something in the mail. I've been including 2 things of, greens, for if they didn't order greens, you know. So, I've been really like stinking intentional at doing that and doing better. So it's like, it's from our mistakes where we like, you know, like learn to not make those mistakes again, because I only have one loyal customer who is with me a year, you know, later. So, yeah, that's just kind of been my own conviction. I've been really like, just as I, you know, continue to talk to, you know, our team, that it's like, follow up. And it's like, especially, you know, yeah, I'm repeating myself, but just super passionate about this. So, and it's, I mean, as far as like, you know, okay, so like when, you know, when loyal customers come to you or when people come to you, potentials, and they're like, you know, oh, I want to, I want your wraps or whatever. And so like, I learned this actually from Jocelyn Yates, just listening to her training video and about our 3 different packages. I never knew any of this. And so that's why I wrote it down to tell you guys. So like someone says, oh, I want to lose weight. You know, when you ask them, you know, let me just back it up. They come to you, they want wraps. You should back it up and say, hey, you know, I just was wondering what your health goals are. For that will help me to know where to start. And so if they say, okay, I want to lose 10 to 20 pounds, you talk about the target trio with them. If they, you know, say, oh, I want to lose like 20 to 30 pounds, you talk about the metabolic burn, you know, that trio or that packet or pack, right? And if they say like, oh, I want to lose like 30 plus pounds or whatever, like you talk about the system. Like, it's not your job to decide what their price range is, right? What they're, you know, you can't make that assumption, just kind of what we talked about, I don't even know, last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. You can't make that assumption for what their price range is. You talk about the products, the benefits, and how each product does, you know, has its own job, whatever. And you know what, you guys, like, if start big and start with, you know, the packs, knowing, you know, what pounds that they want to lose. And if they have to, you know, pick one of the products like out of those packs, and that's what you do. But it's like you gave them all the information based on what they told you. You know what I mean? So without making you making assumptions, let me just say that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, where has this information been? Like, I just haven't been like, I didn't know that, you know, again, like something that like we have to know about our products. Like we have to know, you know, like what, you know, what's the best for like recommendations. So that was a huge takeaway, because like I have been, you know, messaging. I just had a loyal customer order the system, you know, last week because she wanted to know about our weight loss products. And I didn't know any of this before that, but just kind of like I said again last week or 2 weeks ago about my own conviction of like, okay, someone comes with us, they want the cleanse, but then it's like I asked them, you know, she was the person that I asked, well, what are your health goals? Oh, well, to lose 40 pounds. Okay, well, let me tell you about our products. And so she ordered the system last Friday. So anyway, okay, sorry, going back to follow up. This is something that I heard Kay Souter say, Pam Souter's daughter, about how she follows up. So she has you know, her calendar in her phone, and so when she puts on the day that she's supposed to follow up with whatever customer, she puts that in, you know, on the day. So she puts like the name, the ID number, and then, you know, the products that the person, you know, is going to be starting. She puts that, and then also like in her calendar. And then also like 5 days before someone's auto ship runs, like again, like that's kind of what she does as well. And it's like, oh, that's, you know, that's kind of, she's like, man, I used to do the pen and paper thing, but I am so mobile, like I'm having my phone all the time. And so like, you know, I've just kind of switched over to, you know, to that system. So I don't know, you know, like, again, just kind of following, like, you know, finding what works, you know, for you. So, I think this was something that just kind of going back to like the, you know, the talk about the bonuses and where are we going? Where are you going? You know, like what bonus are you going for? And, you know, how many, you know, knowing how many boxes are on the diamond chart and, knowing that information. So really you guys, like, you know, your success in this company does not depend on, oh, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm on Cammie Dempsey's team, so that's why I'm successful. Or I've got a great downline, so that's why I'm successful. Or, you know, maybe on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, oh, I'm not on Cammie Dempsey's, you know, I don't have Cammie Dempsey's, you know, upline and, you know, as my upline. And so that's why I'm not successful. Or I don't have, you know, oh geez, you know, I don't got a great downline who's working. So, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not successful in this business. It's like, no, like you have to like not think those thoughts, and like your success is up to you, you know, like, you know, go back to a post that I, you know, something, you know, that I posted today, that like, it really just depends on you. It depends on your action. It depends on, you know, not expecting for, you know, you're asking people to be posting. That's not the way that it should be. You know what I mean? So that you are, you know, getting out and, you know, blitzing people, messaging new people, you know, whatever. And like, kind of, you know, going on to the Show Me the Money call, like I listened to that this week, and it's like, holy crap, if you have not listened to that this week, they talk about the BOGO stuff. They talk about, they got Rachel Wiggum on there for blitzing, like love her. And parties, Tiffany Herr was on there, just her fire that you can just hear her passion as she speaks. Like I just love her. And talks, you know, Pam had talked about, you know, parties. It was just a really awesome call, like just great nuggets. And so again, like, you know, like, are we plugging in? Are we, getting and learning, some of these nuggets that like is fed to us, you guys? And so it's just up to us to be able to like plug into those, those resources that we have. And so anyway, I don't know, listening to that call just got me fired up and, for the week and just, have been, taking action and just, hearing Rachel Wiggum talk about, blitzing and giving out coupons and just having it be this very like organic thing. And that like, I don't know, I won't take her words and what she said, but it was just, if you did not listen to it, I would encourage you to go back. So,
and I just want to kind of elaborate on that as far as listening to any of the previous calls. If you've ever missed any of them, they are available under the events page. So if you go to events.myatworks.com, you should find them there. But I also think you can pull them up on the Wired app under events. It should be accessible that way too. So definitely worth going back to listen to this past week's Show Me the Money call. So that's it.
Absolutely. And something that like they had said in there that I thought it was really good, and maybe I've heard it, heard this before, but it's like, I think it's sometimes like for me, it just takes hearing things like a couple times, actually more like 6 times for things to stick. I will be honest, like, there's some even, some things that my husband tells me and he's like, oh, we already talked about this, not in my sleep, but that he's like, you don't remember us talking about it? And it's like, no, I don't. So anyway, so, if someone's like, oh, I can't afford to buy this, I can't afford to buy this wrap, but I want to try it. And so it's just like spinning it in a way of like, hey, bring a couple friends with you and meet me at a coffee shop and I'll wrap you for free, So I forget who it was. I think Genevieve or something like that. It said, bring 4 friends. To me, that just seems a little like, ooh, I don't know. So that's why it's like, I would wrap someone for 2, bringing 2 friends, but that's just, whatever your own personal preference is, but, wrap 2 friends, or you would wrap your friend if they would, bring a couple friends at a coffee shop. So again, it's just finding ways to, talk to people, get together with people. So I just thought that was a great tip that I was like, oh, never thought about that before. Or maybe I've heard of it. I just forgot about it. I don't know. So, yeah. So that's, I don't know. There's just a mixture of things, but I've got my, too many, with the BOGO stuff going on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have some catch up to do. I've got thank yous to write. I've got my steps to success to, write out what loyal customers signed this week. So anyway, got some catch up to do, but Carrie, you got anything? Nikki, do you want to say, ask anything, whatever? Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I kind of with the charting, with some like the steps to success, what helps me or what like helps me kind of realize what my goals are is, I think it was Jocelyn Gates again, saying like, look at how many distributors you need, and then every distributor underneath them to fill that box is basically 6 loyal customers. Now, obviously, if they order the system, then you need less. That's awesome. That creates it so you have less loyal customers that you need to have your team get. But for me, I like to see the numbers. And so like on my wall upstairs, not here, because look at, I have spoons back here. Yes. Spoon collection. That's my mom's. I'm living at my parents'. Okay. Yes. We got to get out of here. But I have like sticky notes of like how many distributors I need till I get to Emerald. And then like one of my distributors who's kind of quitting signed a distributor. So, hey, I just, now I only need 4 for Emerald and 13 for Diamond. Well, that number is in my head. Like that's the number. And so that's how many loyal customers do you need for each of those? And when they get a loyal customer, cross it off. Like, start to realize exactly what you need to get to that bonus. And once she said that, I was like, oh, 6. Okay. All right. Let's work for 6. And that sounds like a lot when you like, but at the same time, if you're excited about it, and I think 1 month I signed like 10 loyal customers in 1 month. So it's like, you can do it if you're talking about it. If you're intimidated or feel like you're giving up, then no one's going to buy product from you if you're not pumped about it. So helping them, that's what Chaz was saying earlier about actually looking for what they need, not just what you love. Like, I love the greens, but somebody else might not want the greens. That's all. Sorry, my video camera's down here, but I have to look at the screen up here. On the computer.
That's okay.
That's yeah. Tiana, were you going to say something? Or Nikki?
No, I was just going to see if Nikki had anything she wanted to add or ask.
Oh, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you mute yourself. You just muted yourself.
No?
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I just was like shaking my head yes through like all of it, especially the follow-up. I'm in the same exact boat. So I got excited, got all these loyal customers, and all of them fell off because I did not follow up. I have a couple that are just hanging on there from a year and a half. So, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Like, your cars are super cute, but I went to the dollar store and just would write something, stuck some greens in them, or like the green shoes. A lot of people don't know about that. Those are like amazing. But the thing that I really wanted to ask, because I have a hard time, big problem, trying to figure out how to connect to like new people. Like, what do you guys do, or how do you start that conversation, or where do you look to?
Can I answer this? I love this. I love this question. So I actually talked to Charity earlier this week, because she had messaged me, and she's like, Chaz, how do you cold message people? How do you do that? And I love it. Like, there is something about it. Like, I just love, like, so anyway, and okay, so what I do, is, so just kind of been switching it up a little bit. Obviously there's the obvious, there's the suggested friends. Okay. Like, okay, clearly you don't know them. You just have mutual friends. Okay. And so, you know, what I do is I just find something on their wall, and something on their, you know, wall, or, you know, whatever, like, find something and personally message them, and, you know, whatever, and ask them something, like, get a conversation started. So, you know, if they're like super positive and have all these like positive posts, like, hey, you know, Natalie, I just wanted to let you know, like, man, I just really appreciate your positivity on your timeline and just your posts, and, you know, your energy. Like, you know, there needs to be more people like you know, and then find a question to ask. I don't know. So some people will message you back and some people won't. Like, if you know at the end of the day you're not being creepy, if you're not being spammy, like, that's all you need to have peace about, okay? Like, the other person on the other line, like, if they think, who are you? Like, and if you're trying to be this, like, you know, oh, hang on. There we go. We got 10 minutes left. And if you're just trying to, you know, create conversation, you know that. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So if they make you feel a certain way, that's on them, right? Like, let it go. And yes, another way that I do is I use the power of screenshotting. So I'm just going to give you examples. So like, Christine Kane is I don't even know where the heck she's from. I know that she, you know, goes and speaks at a lot of conferences, whatever. Anyway, so she was doing a Devo, okay, last week. I think it was a 5-minute Devo video that I had came across, and so what I do is I screenshot the names. Okay, so the people that comment in that live video, and then I go on my tablet. Okay, so I have the screenshot right here. I go on my tablet, and so I look, I search their name in Facebook, and I really study their picture. Like, okay, what does this person look like? And so then I go and I find them, I add them on Facebook, and then I just say, hey, you know, whatever, I saw that you were on Christine Kane's, and Christine Kane is like, she's, I mean, a gal that like I love hearing and speaking. I've never seen her speak live before, but just finding something that like I found something that I can connect with people about, you know what I mean? And so like I saw that you were on, you know, Christine Kane's, 5-minute Devo this morning. Love her. Have you ever heard her speak, live before? And like, man, I've just gotten some great conversations going just from that, and I've had people tell me, oh man, I didn't know who you were until I saw your message. And, so really that personal message, made a whole completely changed night and day difference for, their approach with me. And that like, I really, I'm not a spam. I'm trying not being spammy, you know what I mean? Or creepy. So anyway, I've done that. Screenshotting is awesome. When, cause, think about it like, okay, so if you're, watching, if you search like dog training, like a dog training video, and if there's some live dog training videos, or, if there's like a band that you like or something like that, and they have, I don't even know. So just like, any sort of like, live videos, screenshot their names, reach out to them. So I've done that. I've also like, in Facebook, there's also the search option. So searching, for example, anxiety. Let's say that you come across, there's this article that is written about 10 signs about anxiety. And in the comments that you say, 450 comments on, from people. And so like I search those comments, and all I do is I don't like, hey, I have something for you. Hey, and share my link. Like I don't do that. I pick like 2 to 3 people in that, because I don't want to be like having it show up on everyone's news feeds and whatever, that Chaz like this person, Chaz like this, whatever. I just pick like 2 or 3 people out of that article, and I like their comment, and then I go and I add them on Facebook, and I actually screenshotted like what I was talking about for the article, because maybe, they commented on September of 2016. Are they going to remember that? I don't know, So screenshot it and upload it in your conversation, and just say, hey, Katie, saw your comment on this. I love, meeting new people, hearing their stories. So I'm just curious to hear more about your journey with anxiety. And that's it, and then I upload the picture of the, the article. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I guess that's what I do. Some people are like, why are you asking me about anxiety? And some people are like, like, yeah, let me tell you about my anxiety. Blah. You know what I mean? So it's just like finding things like nuggets, like problems that people have that we have the solution to with our products. Right. So, yeah, so that's what I do.
I like it. Thank you.
It's like,
I'm always struggling to try and figure out like where to go. Obviously the suggested, and then I'm pulling up like people that I haven't talked to in years, and they're on the friend list, and just trying to conversate and like connect again. But adding those new and doing the cold calls.
And I think too, like people, have said groups, that there's groups, of course, on Facebook. And so like, I have not tapped into that yet. I've been added to a couple groups that people just, recently, just from building a relationship, they have, this faith group that, I've been added to. And I was like, yes, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. I would love to be a part of your faith group. And so anyway, so just a very organic way, I've been, added to their groups, but it's like, that's another way, so, but again, it's a group. You don't want to be spammy within the group. You know what I mean? So it's just going to take some time. Here, you want to add some?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing to add people on my Facebook is groups. Like since I coach volleyball, I'm a part of like a nationwide volleyball coaches and trainers group. And so my next goal is to like go through their posts and like their posts, comment, send them a message saying, "Oh my gosh, I love this drill you shared." Or I've had that same parent issue. What are you doing about it? Like to try and even if I'm not having the parent issue, like why not just have a conversation? And so that's one way I'm trying to lead it because I have a lot of volleyball people on my Facebook. So I'm trying to connect with all those volleyball people that way. And so my loyal customer that signed last night was from a group, I've never met her. She was from a group, like a faith group in Central Illinois. If one good thing came out of Central Illinois, it was this lady. I've never met her, but she was posting positive stuff. So I messaged her saying, "Oh my gosh, you're so positive. I love it." And then we've been contacting back and forth for like 3 months. And now she bought some reps. So like
screaming over here.
Groups is where I'm starting to expand my network a little bit. That's all.
I was just gonna say too, like if you're Nikki, like if your interest is, maybe it's not like, taking specific problems that our products have a solution to, but you have a dog interest, and go and search dogs and find dog groups or articles on dogs or cats. Or I did homeschooling, okay, you guys, so it's like, and holy crap, learned about homeschooling and how that is a topic that you don't want to take lightly. So built some great relationships there. And so you just have to find like whatever interest that you can find, which awesome, Carrie, like that's really cool. So I don't know, we got less than a minute, you guys. Does this help, Nikki?
Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I don't know, it's great to hear from everyone, and great Zoom, and we'll be back on here next Thursday. Cool. Welcome Nikki as well.
Yes, welcome.
So, all right, ladies. Good night.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.